This is 9 books I want to read. 9 series. It's series. Okay. Hello, and welcome. This is 9 series I want to read in 2019. So 2018 was a pretty great year for reading, and I sort of started reading a lot of series. That made me kind of want to go back to a few old ones and also want to start a lot of new series because BookTube has introduced me to so much, basically. So in this video, I want to talk about the 9 major series that I really want to read this year. Let's start with rereading. So number 1 on my rereading for series I want to read this year is The Hunger Games. I have actually never reread The Hunger Games. I only ever read them the one time, the first time. I didn't actually read these covers. I also own the silver metallic white color books. Let me just show you. These ones. So these were the original copies that I read of The Hunger Games. I picked up the US hardbacks because I wanted to. So these are the ones I'm going to reread. I may do some annotations, I'm not too sure yet. But I just want to see if this still captures my dystopian loving heart or if I've completely moved on and gone into just like fantasy mode. I don't know. We're going to give it a go, and that is number 1. Number 2 on my reread really shouldn't come as a surprise as I do this almost every year. That is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Specifically, I want to reread the illustrated covers. So basically this year I'll only be able to do the first 4 books because in October, hopefully, Jim Kay will release the 4th book in the illustrated covers. And so I'll only technically be rereading half the series, but I haven't actually had a chance to read the illustrated covers yet, so this is going to be a perfect excuse. Not that I need an excuse, but like, I'm gonna do it anyway, right? In case you haven't seen any of the illustrations in this, they are gorgeous. Absolutely to die for. I can't wait to actually get to look at these and actually focus on them in depth because all I've done so far is just like flick through and look at some of the pages, but not every single page. And I feel like every single page has detailing, even if it's just like ink splatters and stuff like that. So I can't wait to actually get through these, and I'm so excited for the 4th illustrated edition. I just want to see dragons. I'm so excited for the dragons. Next on my reread, I have also never reread. So the only one that I've reread multiple times is Harry Potter, but like, it's Harry Potter. It's just what you do, I guess. This one is Throne of Glass, and again I will be rereading the US hardbacks. I originally read them in the UK paperbacks, and that was because I didn't think I would really like this series when I first picked it up, but here we are, 8 books later. Throne of Glass finished up last year with Kingdom of Ash, and I thought it was about time that I actually reread it because I reread a whole chunk at one time. I think I read books like 1 to 3 really fast, then took like a gap, and then read the rest, but then took a huge gap, and then read Tower of Dawn, and then I had to wait for Kingdom of Ash. So I just want to see how I feel about all the characters like from the beginning again, because obviously I have fully fledged thoughts now that I know were different at the start. And I just want to see how I feel, knowing where the characters end up. And I know Sarah J Maas is a queen of like foreshadowing, so I want to reread and see all the things foreshadowed. I will also probably annotate these. That is it for rereading. To be honest, I might reread Twilight this year, but I haven't actually decided if I'm going to do it yet, so that doesn't count, but it's a possibility that's going to happen. So for new series that I want to start, actually this is literally the only one that's not finished that I'm starting, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. I would love to read Nevermore and its sequel, Wondersmith. I do believe the 3rd one is in the works. I'm pretty sure there's a third one. It's actually something we were trying to look up at work, but we couldn't get an actual thing. When Nevermore was first released, there were a few publicity statements that, like, Jessica Townsend was signed on for a trilogy, but I heard some talks last year that maybe it was a duology, but supposedly this doesn't really wrap up, so I'm still presuming it's a trilogy. Maybe it's gone into more, I don't know, but we're going to start Nevermore this year, and I'm super excited. Monica Watson absolutely loves this series, and I just want a little bit of magic, you know? Number 5 in this series reading, I have technically read the first book, but I think I'm actually going to go back and read the first book again because I don't think I really remember what exactly happens in it. I remember parts of it, but I'm going to read, this is the biggest series going on the list, The Mortal Instruments. I bought these beautiful UK paperbacks years ago, maybe 4 years ago, a long time ago basically, and I've not read them yet. I did read City of Bones either at the start of last year, possibly the year before. It was quite possibly the year before. But I never actually kept going. So my goal this year is to read The Mortal Instruments. Everyone at work that loves this series yells at me all the time because I've not read them. And they don't understand how I haven't. Me either. But here we are. So we're gonna get through these. The next 3 series are all by the same author, Victoria Schwab. First, I'm going to read Vicious and Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I spoke so much about these towards the end of last year when I picked them up because I was waiting to get these specific covers. I have them now, and I still haven't read them because the end of last year, my brain was not happy. But we are here now, and we are going to read Vicious and Vengeful, and we're gonna love it. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. Number 7 is This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet, another duology. Oh, okay. Another duology by Victoria Schwab. I also believe I'm going to love these. Honestly, last year, watching Books with Chloe read through all the Victoria Schwab stuff just made me really want to read Victoria Schwab. They were already on my radar. I actually had This Savage Song from years ago, and then I seeked out at my job Our Dark Duet, this specific cover, so that I could have them matching because I couldn't find it. But now I have them. So duologies are a nice little mini series basically, so nice and easy to tick off the list. Number 8 is the Darker Shade of Magic series. I kind of watched along with all of my favorite booktubers doing the read along last year with Common Spence, but I did not actually have the books in time, so I didn't read it at the time, and I didn't actually watch the live shows because I didn't want to be spoiled. But we're gonna read it, and it's gonna be fun. I didn't sound that enthusiastic about it, but yeah. I do think I'm gonna really love A Darker Shade of Magic series because it's all about like 4 different Londons. I already love London. It's got a magic system. It's all different in each one. I've heard really fun things, so we're gonna read it. The last series I have actually technically already started and unfortunately do not actually own, but I listened to it on audiobook, and that is Nevernight. Nevernight, God's Grave, and then later this year, Dark Dawn will be coming out. The reason I don't yet own the physical copies is because I am an aesthetic whore and really want the UK hardbacks, but they stopped printing Nevernight in the UK hardback. I don't understand why, because the series is not finished. But that's fine. We'll find a way. Maybe. I'm not willing to pay exorbitant fees, but I'm also kind of hoping that when I'm getting so confused. When Dark Dawn comes out, some kind of like trilogy box set will come out with the really beautiful prints or something along those lines, so I haven't bought them yet. But the audiobook was really amazing for Nevernight. I did actually already finish it. So I'm already on my way to finishing the 9 series that I want to read in 2019. So there you have it. Those are the 9 series that I want to read in 2019. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you love any of these series, or if you are actually thinking about rereading them and you want to read them with me, please let me know and we can do a little bit of a tag along, read along thing. Yeah, that's a thing. That's not what it's called. What's it called? I don't know. Buddy reading. It's called buddy reading. If you want to buddy read anything with me, let me know because I'm more than happy to. I obviously will be reading other series in this year, but these are the completed ones, except for Nevermore, because I really, I don't know if the 3rd book's going to come out this year, but I'm, presuming it will because they've come out every year from 2017, 2018. So, but yeah, come along my journey and I will see you in the next video. Bye!